Good afternoon, parents, family, teachers, and most importantly, graduates. I'm honored to be here with you today to celebrate the class of 2025. I want to start by thanking the Sixth Form team for having me today, and I also want to say a huge congratulations to the class of 2025. Today is the closing of one chapter, but it is also the start of a new one. Regardless of what your plans may look like after graduation, your life is about to change. Now, change can be a terrifying thing. I was once sitting in these exact seats, facing the prospect of leaving all of my friends and family to move halfway across the world to start college. Even though I'd moved numerous times before, even though I'd gotten used to seeing friends come and go and saying goodbye, having to uproot my life again was daunting. But I think the thing that we often forget about change is how beautiful and exciting it can be. I think back to that day and just how much my life has changed since then. I've made so many new friends, many who I consider a second family. I've tried new experiences, traveled to new places, and of course, I've still kept in touch with many of the friends that I made here at BIS. All of that could not have happened if I'd not embraced all the changes in my life. One of the biggest changes is going to be the people that are around you, because over the next few months, there are going to be a lot of goodbyes and see you laters to be said. It's heartbreaking to watch your friends leave or to leave your friends and family. But whenever I have to say goodbyes, I'm always brought back to this quote by Winnie the Pooh. How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. I think if any part of you is even a little bit sad at the prospect of leaving or saying goodbye, it's just a sign of how blessed we are to have met the friends we have at BIS and to be surrounded by our family. I've gone to international schools for most of my life. And the bittersweetness of going to an international school is the fact that many of you will be going to very different and separate places. None of my close BIS friends go to college near me. It takes at least 4 hours by plane to see them, some 12 hours, and some even more than that. 3 years ago, I was disheartened, thinking about how long it would take for me to see these friends again. But now, and this might sound a little bit crazy, having friends so spread apart is kind of exciting. At least for me, the rarer something is, the more I tend to cherish it. I count down the days that I get to reunite with my old friends. We make plans to travel together and see one another. Honestly, having friends so far away just means I have another excuse to get on a plane somewhere new. And when you're not with your BIS friends, I know that you will be surrounded by the new people you meet in your future. Whatever I say today, or whatever advice other people give you, I think it's natural to have a bit of fear going into this next stage of your life. But as a fellow BIS graduate, I know that your experiences at BIS and enduring the 2 arduous years of IB have shaped you to be a strong and resilient person. When I attended BIS, I was taught the values of respect, integrity, reflection, and most importantly for me, perseverance. I may only be 21, but I know that throughout your life, you're going to encounter numerous challenges and obstacles. When those times inevitably come, think back to the values that BIS instilled in you and the lessons you learned from your time right here. Honestly, I still think back to the difficult 2 years that was the IB diploma program, and if all of us can do that, we can all do whatever we put our minds to. This may sound a bit cheesy, but I still apply the skills that BIS and the IB have taught me in my life now, whether that be time management or perseverance. I think one of the most important lessons that I've learned along the way is to not live your life with the expectation that it will start tomorrow. Because the fact of the matter is your life has already begun. I spent a lot of my life with the sense that I'm always chasing the next thing, starting IB, applying to college, mock exams, IB exams, graduation, getting an internship, studying for more exams, finding a job. Sometimes it feels like it will never end. But on this journey, please remember to take a step back and live your life. Of course, it's important to plan for the future, and of course, it's important to have goals. What I think is most important is remembering to be in the present. No matter what you choose to do with your life, time will pass. People often talk about living life with no regrets, but you can't do that if you only focus on the future. To me, the best thing about starting a new chapter in your life is getting a blank slate. You get to write your own narrative as to who you are and try things you've never tried before. And this may sound a bit cliche, but I encourage you to have an open mind. Even if you have a rigid plan for what the next few years of your life will look like, plans can change. Goals can change, and your dreams can change. Change is scary, but it's inevitable. Moving forward into this new chapter of your life, I urge you to embrace this change. Try everything, meet new people, be willing to fail, and be ready for when you undoubtedly succeed. Congratulations, class of 2025, and thank you. Now, please join me in welcoming to the stage Mr. Ian Frew, His Majesty's Ambassador to Vietnam.